Can I tell you the biggest lie that people believe about growing on social media? They think that they're not growing because they need better editing, they think they need a better camera, they think they need better lighting, or that they just need to go viral. But what if I told you that that's not actually the problem? The real problem is this: people don't remember you. And I know it sounds harsh, but please hear me out. If someone watched 5 seconds of your video this week and then saw your content again next month, would they instantly recognize that it was you? Would they know what you stand for? Would they know what it is that makes you different? Because if the answer is no, then you don't have a content problem. You actually have a branding problem. But the good news is this: branding isn't about having the prettiest logo. It's not about having the aesthetic Instagram feed, but it's about becoming unforgettable. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to build a personal brand that people actually remember, trust, and follow. And it actually starts with something that you already have that nobody else can ever copy. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Kansola. I am a social media coach and a content strategist. I've grown a page to 30,000 followers in 3 months, and I'm just passionate about content creation. I also offer one-to-ones. I also have a free Telegram community as well for creatives. Right, let's get into the video. Here's what I wish more creators understood. Your story is your secret weapon. Nobody, not one person on this planet has lived your exact life. Nobody has experienced the same highs, the same failures, the same setbacks, the same wins. And because of that, nobody sees the world the way you do. That's your advantage. I've realized that we spend so much time just trying to sound like other successful creators that we forget the one thing that they can never replicate: our own story, our individual experiences. Maybe you started a business before that failed. Maybe you've changed careers. Maybe you've overcome imposter syndrome. Whatever it is, like, actually include that. The first YouTube video I ever made with no experience of YouTube whatsoever, wasn't a content creator. I just had a story. I just had a burden. I just had a message. And that was a video that got over 30,000 views. And it's just simply because I was myself. I came with my story. I came with my testimony. But let this be a reminder to never shy away from speaking about your unique experiences. Maybe you built something successful from absolutely nothing, no background, no help, and you've now finally built something really, really amazing. Those experiences are what shape your perspective. And your perspective is what people actually connect with, because people don't just buy information anymore. Gone are those days. People are buying into people, and they're buying into our perspective. And that's why two creators can teach exactly the same thing, but one resonates more than the other. And it's not because their advice is any better. It's simply because their story gives the advice meaning. Don't hide your journey, share it. Because your audience won't just remember what you taught them, they'll remember exactly how your story made them feel. And one thing I need to remind you of is this: stop waiting for people to ask questions. One of the easiest ways to build trust is to answer the questions before they're even asked. Think about every objection your audience has to say. Maybe it's, I don't have enough time, I'm not confident enough, what if nobody watches, is this actually going to work? Don't wait until someone leaves that question in the comments. Address it in your content. Because when you remove uncertainty, you remove friction. And when you remove friction, people trust you faster. The best brands, they don't just simply educate. They reassure people. They make people feel understood before they've even spoken. When someone watches your content and they're thinking, wow, that's exactly what I was wondering, you've just earned credibility. And can I say something a little controversial? I think we've become obsessed with success stories. Everyone wants to tell you how much money they've made. You know, we see it online, screenshots of how much money was made in a month. It's nice, it's great, it's amazing. But let's be real, like, that's not everything that needs to be shared. We don't need to know how many followers people have gained and how many clients they've signed. It's great, you know, content that shows transformation is always really, really powerful. But honestly, some of the biggest lessons that I've ever learned has come from just getting it wrong. Your losses are valuable, your mistakes are valuable. Because every mistake that you've made is simply one that your audience doesn't have to make. You're helping them. And there's something incredibly powerful about saying, I tried this, but it didn't work out. Not because failure is glamorous, but because it's real. And people trust real. Like, vulnerability creates connection. Your audience doesn't expect perfection from you. They expect honesty. Their journey isn't perfect. Yours probably hasn't been either. So be relatable. Be someone that they actually see themselves in. Next point is this: don't chase trends, chase relevance. Look, every week there is another trend, another viral sound, another content format, another challenge. It's very tempting to jump on every single one of them. But here's my question to you. Does it actually serve your specific audience? Or are you just posting it because everyone else is? Just because something is trending doesn't mean it's right for your brand. The strongest creators, they don't follow every single trend. They filter trends. They ask, does this help me communicate my message better? If the answer is yes, then go for it. Like, do it. Why not? But if the answer is no, just leave it. It's not by force. Attention that isn't aligned with your brand is just noise. Great brands don't blend in. Here's the thing, nobody remembers average. Nobody remembers the creator who says exactly what everybody else is saying. Great brands stand out, not because they're louder, but because they're clearer. The strongest personal brands have a core conviction, a belief they stand behind, something they genuinely see different. Ask yourself, what do I believe that other people in my industry don't? What opinion am I willing to defend? What perspective has my experience given me? Because your convictions are what separate you from the crowd. You don't need to invent something outrageous. You just need to own what you genuinely believe and just bring that to your content. One of the things I hear people say a lot of the time is, I don't know what makes me different. And my answer is always the same. You're simply asking the wrong people. Now you need to ask the people around you, what do people compliment you on all the time? What do your friends always come to you for advice about? What part of your personality makes people feel comfortable around you? You know, for me, one of the things I get told all the time is that I'm encouraging. I have a gift of encouragement. I'm always speaking life. I'm always just cheering them on, like pushing people. Like it's something that I do naturally. Another thing I get told is that I'm just very authentic, very direct, very clear cut. I just say it as it is. Like that's me. There's that boldness that I carry and that gift of encouragement as well. And I can mix and merge those two and actually bring that to my content. Think about these traits that you have and actually lean into that. Are you funny? Are you calm? Are you direct? Are you energetic? Lean into whatever it is that you are, because your personality is your branding. But here's the important part that you can't miss. Always make sure you're bringing it back to your audience. Ask yourself, why should they care? Your personality should make your message more memorable, not distract people from it. Branding isn't built by what you say just once. It's built by what you consistently reinforce. Every piece of content either strengthens your reputation or it weakens it. So every time you post, I need you to ask yourself, what proof am I giving people today? Can you share a client result? Can you share a case study? Maybe a lesson from your own experience or a transformation. You can also share maybe behind the scenes processes. Credibility isn't just claimed, it's actually shown, it's repeated, it's demonstrated time and time again. One of my absolute favorite definitions I've heard of personal branding is this. Good personal branding is the intentional pairing of relevant things done consistently. Think about it. Intentional, relevant, consistent. Those are the three words that stand out to me. That's the formula. You've got to be intentional, it's got to be relevant, and you have to be consistent. I can't emphasize consistency enough, because only when you are consistent with these things, your audience starts to associate you with those things. That is what branding is. It's like people can't think about one thing without thinking about you. I need to make sure that I actually add this in as well though. You can't lose yourself as you grow. And here's another thing that I really need you guys to remember. Like, you are going to evolve. You're going to change. Your interests are going to change. There might be more things that you feel like you want to speak about. You are allowed to evolve, but don't lose sight of your core identity. If you try to become everything to everyone too early, you end up diluting your brand. Here's a great analogy. Expansion should feel like adding new rooms to the same house, not moving into a completely different house. Your audience should still recognize you wherever you go. And here's something I remind myself of all the time. Nobody owes us attention. On social media, attention is earned. People are scrolling. Do you understand that on Instagram, the videos are even played on mute? Nobody cares. Nobody listens to you. And if you're not stopping the scroll, they are going to keep swiping. They're going to keep scrolling. Like, it only dawned on me recently. I came to the realization of this. Like, people don't care, and they don't have to care. Do you know why? Because I don't care either. Like, I'm constantly scrolling, swiping. I don't care. Like, do you understand? It's only like when you grab my attention that I'm actually listening. Attention is earned. Don't go around thinking that your content is the best and everyone should be watching you and you're so entitled to all the likes and the one and all the views. Why should anybody care? You need to give me a reason why they should care. And this is done through doing things the right way and earning attention the right way. But how do you earn attention, you ask? You earn attention by creating something worth paying attention to. Not louder, not more frequent, but more valuable, more entertaining, more insightful, more helpful, more relatable. That's what's going to earn attention. Create the type of content that stops the scroll. Create the type of content that educates people, that inspires them, that shares insight, that literally entertains them. Let's talk about this really quickly. What if you're not inconsistent because you're lazy? What if you're simply inconsistent because you're not convicted enough? Think about it. When you deeply believe something, you don't get bored talking about it. You don't wonder what to post or even if you should post. You naturally keep coming back to that same message because it genuinely matters to you. That's how people become known for something. Not because they just accidentally repeated it, but because they believed it enough to keep talking about it. If you want to win on social media, you need that level of conviction, because trust isn't built through one viral video. It's built through hearing the same message from the same person over and over and over again. That's what creates familiarity, and that's what creates a brand. Think about someone like Kylie Jenner, for instance. As soon as I said her name, you're probably thinking about beauty or makeup, right? But she didn't build that association from just one Instagram post. She didn't just post once. She built it by consistently showing up around the same themes, launching products that aligned with them, and reinforcing that identity over and over and over again. Think about Michael Jordan. When you hear his name, chances are you immediately think of Nike. And not because he just mentioned it once, no, but because year after year, he consistently shows up with it. And that association has become so strong that the two become almost inseparable. Now, before we finish, let's talk about aesthetics. Yes, visual branding does matter. The colors, the fonts, the photography, your thumbnails, your editing style, all of it is part of the experience. But here's the truth. Visual branding, it might get someone to stop scrolling, and that's great. That's what we want to do. But it doesn't necessarily make them stay. What will make them stay are your ideas, your perspective, your consistency. Because a beautiful brand with no substance is easily forgotten. But a powerful message with consistency, that's what's remembered. And if you take only one thing away from this video, I really want it to be this. Your personal brand isn't something you create overnight. It's something you reinforce every single day. With every opinion you share, with every story you tell, with every promise you keep, every lesson you teach, every time you show up. Because people don't remember creators who try to appeal to everyone. They remember the creators who actually stand for something. So stop trying to be more like everybody else. Double down on that one thing that nobody else has. You. Because when people remember you, they trust you. When they trust you, they follow you. And when they continue to follow you consistently, everything else, like your growth, the opportunities, your business, it starts to grow too. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. And also let me know in the comments, what's that one belief you have that makes you different from everyone else in your industry? And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.